Students, welcome back to our Practical English. Today we are going to discuss about Chapter 15, the sneaky advertisement, product placement. Last week we talked about Chapter 14, building or architecture. I think you have learned how to tell the differences between a building and architecture. And today we are going to talk about the advertisement, actually one of the kinds of the advertisement, which is called product placement. You must be very curious about this. But first of all, I want to introduce our great panelist, and he's a great architect, and also he's a very good English teacher in NTIT. Let's welcome back Simon Lin again. Simon, how are you doing?
All right. Hi, how are you, Joy? Nice to be here again.
Good. I'm great. Students, we hope that you have a good day too. First of all, this is an article written by Simon. Do you like to see advertisement?
Yes, I usually like to see some very innovative, very creative advertisement. Sometimes even more than the regular program.
Absolutely. Yeah, I myself feel the same way. You know, I have a college classmate. He loves to go to the movies, but he has to go there much earlier because he didn't want to miss the advertisement before the movie starts.
Right.
Yeah. So actually, I enjoy so many vivid and creative advertisements.
Right.
But I love the motion more than the paper advertisement.
Yes.
Yeah.
TV commercials more.
TV commercials or the movie commercials. They are very interesting to look at.
Yes.
And what kind of advertisement will intrigue your interest to buy the product?
Okay. Usually when I see the advertisement, I would not have any specific product in mind to buy. Usually I just look at the advertisement, but sometimes after I have viewed the advertisement, those images probably will get into my subconsciousness. And at proper time, when I need to make a purchase, and then those information will pop out.
Like
and
what?
then, for example, my kids, sometimes they like to have some fried chicken.
Yes.
And there's so many different types of fried chicken available on the market. But you know, there is a very famous TV commercial. This is not Kentucky Fried Chicken. This is not Kentucky Fried Chicken. And that somehow that message has been deep rooted in my mind. So whenever my kids is yelling for Kentucky fried, fried chicken, the word Kentucky Fried Chicken just popped into my mind, and then I made a purchase.
Okay, it has already implanted in your mind deeply in your subconsciousness.
Yes.
And for me, I love to try some of the shampoo or some good dishes, you know. They look good. And also for the shampoo, if the beauty has a great long dark hair, shiny,
like yourself.
Thank you so much. And then I would like to take it a try. But of course, if the effect is not as good as you expected, then I will never use the second time.
Yes, of course.
Right? Yeah. So advertisement can get you there to use them, but it cannot guarantee anything.
Right.
Except that you have a best quality.
Yes.
Okay. And we have to talk about our title a little bit. The sneaky advertisement, product placement. Actually, what is a product placement?
Well, product placement is like they want to put the image or they want to promote certain product, but they don't want to tell you this is an advertisement, because when people knew it's an advertisement, usually they would choose to ignore. So by having product placement, they just put this kind of image into your mind, but without telling you this is an advertisement.
That's right. So what about the word sneaky?
Well, sneaky is like since it's an advertisement, but they don't tell you it's an advertisement, so it's more like some kind of very stealth manner. It's almost like a very they are intentionally doing something, but without causing any unnecessary attention from you.
That's right.
But they can still get what they want.
Sneaky means 鬼鬼祟祟, right?
Yes.
But so the word product placement has the connotation of a sneaky in itself already.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Now let's take a look at our first paragraph to see what's the content about. Most of us would like to think of ourselves as discerning adults
我们大部分都认为自己是有辨别能力的成年人，
who are fully capable of deciding how and when we receive advertisements, right?
都有足够的能力决定是否需要接收或者可以忽视这个广告，对吧？
Admittedly, advertisements are everywhere in our lives.
的确，广告是无所不在，在我们的生活里面。
TV, radio, the internet, on the bus, or on the street.
电视、广播、网络、公车，或者在街上，
You name it.
到处都是。
But we still have the choice of receiving or ignoring them.
但是呢，我们仍然有权利选择要去接受或者不理会它。
Well, this may no longer be true.
但是真的是这样子吗？
Something has taken the right of making such choices away from us.
其实有时候我们的选择权早就已经被剥夺了，
Product placement.
那就是置入性行销。
Let's look at an example and learn how it works.
我们看个例子就知道它是如何运作的。
And for this paragraph, first, what is a discerning adult?
Discerning means a person is capable of making a judgment,
Okay.
rational judgment.
Rational judgment.
Right.
What to do and how to do,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Are you a discerning adult?
I try to be. I try to be discerning, but turn out I'm not always discerning as I wanted to be. Especially come to girls.
Okay, that's humorous, Simon. Okay. And what about the second word, admittedly?
Admittedly means everybody knows. Like without further explanation, everybody knows.
Everybody knows?
Yes.
Okay. You name it. You name it here means that you
It
name
could
it,
be
you got it?
Yeah, you name it is like could be anyone, anywhere,
Yeah.
or anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you still have the choice of receiving or ignoring those advertisements. So when you were writing this article, the thing that you don't want to have the product placement is that because you lose the choice.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you explain a little bit more?
For example, when I
Yeah.
thought I was watching a program, maybe a news,
Yeah.
I was only trying to learn something from the news report.
Yeah.
But turn out I found out there is some information being hidden in the news, trying to promote certain candidates or
Yep.
certain kind of policy.
Okay.
And that will make me feel a little bit uncomfortable
That's
because
right.
that's not what I expect to receive.
You feel that you have been taken advantage of.
Right, right.
Okay. Students, let's take a break, then we'll come back. Now let's take a look at some of the vocabulary. Number 1, sneaky. Adjective.
形容词，鬼鬼祟祟、偷偷摸摸的。
I do not like Jason's behavior. He's so sneaky.
我不太喜欢 Jason 的行为，他老是鬼鬼祟祟的。
Number 2, advertisement. Noun.
名词，广告、宣传。
I have seen lots of your advertisements on TV.
我在电视上看到你许多的广告。
Number 3, product placement. Noun.
名词，置入性行销。
There are quite a few product placements in that talk show.
那个谈话性节目里有不少置入性行销。
Number 4, discern. Verb.
动词，分辨、判别、察觉。
Jefferson was barely able to discern the road in the dark.
黑暗中 ，Jefferson 几乎没有办法把路看清楚。
Number 5, admittedly, adverb.
副词，一般，公认的。
Admittedly, Simon is a very talented writer.
一般都公认 Simon 是一个很有才华的作家。
Number 6, ignore, verb.
动词，不顾、不理会、忽视。
Susan's objection was ignored.
Susan 的抗议没有人理会。
And we have one phrase here for your reference. Number 1, be capable of.
能够。
My son is 2 years old and he's capable of eating by himself.
我儿子已经2岁，可以自己吃东西了。
And we want to know more about how does a product placement work. Let's move to second paragraph. Students, please read along. As I am totally absorbed in my favorite TV soap opera,
当我完全沉浸在我爱看的8点档连续剧的时候，
I may be aware that the leading female character sells herb-simmered ribs.
我大概知道剧中的女主角在剧中卖的是药炖排骨。
These seemingly grassroots and junior arrangements
这种看似很草根性而且很亲切的剧情，
in the plots have in fact sneaked into our subconscious and affected us.
其实已经潜进了我们的潜意识里面，而且影响到我们了。
When we are in a supermarket picking up a bag of frozen ribs,
当我们在超市要选购袋装的冷冻排骨的时候，
it's very likely bearing the actress photo.
我们很可能就会选那个印有那个女主角照片的那一包。
Product placement scores again.
哎，植入性行销就成功了。
First of all, what is a soap opera?
As far as I know, soap opera is a series of TV drama which was sponsored by a soap manufacturer. So ever
Okay.
since then, there are people call this kind of TV series drama called a soap opera.
That's right, and it's always during 8 to 9.
Yes.
Some people say that because at that time, all of the housewives are doing their dishes. That's why they call it a soap opera, because they can do the chores and also they can watch the soap opera at the same time.
And maybe that's a
Yeah.
good interpretation too. Yes.
So that's why soap opera doesn't need lots of brain to watch. Okay, yeah, it's a kind of a negative connotation here. Okay, and here we have a leading female character in movies, in TV, on TV programs. So we have others.
Yes. In
names
order
for-
to make this drama more complete, not only we have the leading, we also need someone to support it. So the
Yeah.
other actors or actress we call supporting actor or actresses.
Supporting, yes, 女配角. Okay, and why did you write the leading female character is selling the herb simmered ribs?
Because that's happened to be one of my favorite soap opera. And I'm sorry I cannot name the name of the TV
That
soap
would be
opera.
a product.
Yeah, because if I
placement.
mention it, then that would become a product placement.
Okay.
But I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. A very
Okay.
famous, a very popular actress in Taiwan, and in that opera, she
Opera.
was portraying as the
I
as
see.
a lady who sells this kind of product.
I see. That's why when he was done with the writing, I tried to delete the herbs, simmered ribs. And Simon said, no, it has to keep it that way.
Because I'm trying to make an example out of this.
Okay, that's a good example. And what is a grassroots?
Grassroots means something or someone which is very close to a very commoner's everyday life.
Okay. 草根性很强的.
Yes.
And junior?
Junior means very friendly,
Friendly?
very easily accessed.
Okay. So because 草根性很强, that's why our audience can relate their feelings to
Exactly,
the
exactly.
actors or
Yes.
actress very easily.
Yes, that's why the
Okay.
soap opera is so popular.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I'm sorry I didn't watch it though. And here we have another word, bearing the actress photo.
Bearing here probably means carry.
Carrying.
Carries.
Okay, carrying the actress's photo
Yes.
in that
On the
product
bag.
on the back.
Yes.
Okay. And scores again. Scores here means win.
Yeah, they won or they become successful.
Okay.
They got what they wanted or they achieved their goal.
Okay. So here it means that you have sold the leading female character selling the rib. So in the supermarket, you will pick up the one with the female leading character's photo.
Or maybe something similar.
Something similar.
Yes.
Okay, I see. Let's take a look at the vocabulary. Number 7, absorb, verb.
动词汲取、理解、吸收。
So many good ideas, it's too much for me to absorb all at once.
有这么多好主意，太多了，很难一下子完全吸收。
Number 8, simmer, verb.
动词煨、炖，
The soup simmered on the stove.
汤在炉子上炖着。
Number 9, similarly, adverb.
副词表面上似乎是，
Similarly, I have quite a fortune, but in fact, I'm already broke.
我表面上似乎挺有钱，实际上我早已破产。
Number 10, genial, adjective.
形容词和蔼可亲、友好的。
Julia has a genial personality.
Julia 做人和蔼可亲。
Number 11, plot, noun.
名词小说、戏剧的情节。
I love this play a lot, especially for the complicated plot.
我很喜欢这出戏，尤其是它复杂的情节。
Number 12, subconscious, noun.
名词潜意识、下意识。
Sometimes advertisements can sneak into our subconscious.
有时候广告会偷偷地潜入我们的下意识。
Number 13, affect, verb.
动词影响，对什么发生作用。
The heavy rains affected the growth of crops.
大雨影响农作物的生长。
Number 14, bear, verb.
动词写有、印有或者带有。
Diana's arm bore a tattoo of a rose.
答案的手臂上有玫瑰的刺青。
这边 bore 是 bear 的过去式。
Yes。
Number 15, score, verb.
不及物动词，得分、得胜或者成功。
Anita scored well on the math test.
Anita 在数学测验里得了高分。
And we have some very useful and practical phrases to let you see here. Number 2, leading female character.
女主角
Angelina Jolie is the leading female character of the movie.
Angelina Jolie 是这部电影里的女主角。
Number 3, herb simmered ribs.
药炖排骨。
I love the herb simmered ribs in the night market very much.
我很喜欢夜市里的药炖排骨。
Number 4, grassroot.
草根性的，
He is a grassroot politician.
他是一个草根性的政治家。
Number 5, in fact.
事实上，
In fact, she's not that smart.
事实上他没那么聪明。
Students, let's take a break, then we'll come back. Welcome back, students. Now let's take a look about paragraph 3 to know more about product placement. At a conscious level, we can refuse or ignore advertisements.
我们意识到广告出现的时候呢，可以自觉地拒绝或者不理会它。
Advertisers know that only too well.
广告公司的人早就知道这一点了，
So they skillfully implant the message in regular programs which are not supposed to carry any advertising message for anything or anyone.
所以呢，他们会很技巧地将广告植入在不应该出现广告的正常节目时段里面。
They do this at the times when we are off guard.
这就是在我们意识上没有防卫、不自觉的情况之下，
And subtly repeat the message to us.
巧妙狡猾地重复了广告的讯息。
After it has been repeated hundreds of times,
当这个讯息被重复了上百次以后，
our minds accept it and it sounds right.
我们的脑袋就接受了它，这个讯息就变得合理了。
7. What is off guard?
Off guard means you become not very vigilant
Okay,
of any possible attack.
that's
So you
right.
feel very relaxed.
You take your guard off.
Yes,
Yeah, you are not alarmed.
right.
And subtly. How about this word? Subtly.
Well, subtly means something happened, but it happened in such a insignificant manner that you didn't even notice that it happened, but still it happened.
Okay. Subtly, I think I would say it's uneasily to be detected.
Right,
Right? Okay. 同学们记得这 subtly S-U-B-T-L-Y 这个 B 不发音啊。Let's take a look at some of the vocabularies. Number 16, conscious, adjective.
形容词，意识到、察觉到的。
I'm conscious of my shortcomings.
我意识到我的缺点。
Number 17, implant, verb.
动词，灌输、注入。
This company implants some silly ideas to its employees.
这个公司灌输了一些愚蠢的想法给他们的员工。
Number 18, subtly, adverb.
副词，狡猾、微妙的。
Solomon subtly criticized me.
Solomon 很巧妙地批评了我。
We can see the phrase here again, off guard.
不提防，
Seeing the opponent was off guard, the boxer landed a knockout punch.
趁着对手不提防，那拳击手一下子把他打倒了。
What is a knockout punch?
Knockout means one punch, then you can knock your opponent totally, make them totally unfunctional
Yeah,
or almost unconscious, no
That's
longer
right.
to put up a fight anymore.
okay. 非常厉害的一击
Yes.
right? And now let's take a look at the final paragraph, paragraph 4. The trick is not limited only to soap operas.
这种伎俩不只在连续剧里看得到，
We can see the shadows of product placement in the news, in movies, on talk shows, and in all sorts of publications.
在新闻、talk show、电影以及各种出版品里面都看得见植入性行销的踪影。
Likewise,
同样的，
007 movies always feature the latest models of Maserati, BMW.
007系列电影里面每次都会出现最新款的 Maserati 或者 BMW
or other fancy cars,
或者其他很炫的车子，
and the latest fashion, etc.
还有最新款的时装等等。
If I wanted to buy an SUV,
如果我想买一台修理车的话，
I would definitely buy the one driven by my favorite star in my favorite soap opera, Black and White.
我一定要买我最喜欢的连续剧《痞子英雄》里面我最喜欢的那个明星开的那一部修理车。
Dear students, have you noticed what just happened?
同学，你们有注意到刚才发生什么事了吗？
Yes, product placement scores again.
Yes， 我刚才对同学已经做了置入行销了。
Okay, so can you give us some other examples that you can see the product placements? Like the anchors. The anchors, they're announcing the news.
Yes.
Always they have the fashion clothes
Right.
sponsored by the companies.
Exactly.
So that's one kind of a product placement.
Yes, but I think at least in the end of the the news on the credit they will
Yeah.
show
The
the
names.
anchors, the dress were provided by certain
Yes.
the
Companies?
providers. Actually,
Yes.
I think that's still one way. In my opinion, I think it's still honest.
Okay.
That's still honest. At least they admit it. It's an advertisement.
Uh-huh.
But sometimes when they're doing advertisement, they just totally they're doing that, but without the audience knowing that this is from which manufacturer. But still, we know.
For example, in the news, what kind of product placement will we
Well,
receive?
actually, I guess in the news, probably the most common product placement is for certain political parties
That's
or
right.
candidates, especially during the time of election.
That's right.
You always see certain TV channels, they will focus on reporting only for certain candidates. Spend lots of time reporting for the certain candidate while at the time ignoring other candidates.
That's
news.
right.
So I think that's also a one sort of product placement.
That's right. And what about talk shows?
Oh yeah, talk shows. Sometimes during talk show, they will try to talk to each other. So, oh, where did you get the dress? Where did you get the shoes? And while doing that, they will inadvertently show the mark, the logo of the dress, of the shoes, and actually that's also product placement.
How about they're introducing the new books?
Yes, the same.
The same.
Yes.
Okay, and the new CDs.
Movies as well.
Movies.
Yes.
Okay. So really, product placements are everywhere.
Right.
Now let's take a look at some of the vocabulary.
Yes.
19, trick, noun.
名词诡计、骗局、谋略。
He sneaked into the theater with a trick.
他耍了个花招，混进了戏院。
Number 20, publication, noun.
名词出版品、刊物。
A newspaper is a kind of a publication.
报纸是一种出版品。
Number 21, feature, verb.
动词特载，以什么作为号召？
The museum's exhibit features ancient Chinese paintings.
博物馆的展览品特别介绍中国古代的绘画。
Number 22, fancy, adjective.
形容词别致、花俏的。
Both of them like fancy clothes.
他们两个都喜欢穿花俏别致的衣服。
Number 23, definitely, adverb.
副词肯定、当然。
My sister is definitely coming.
我姐姐一定会来。
We have two very useful phrases for you. 7, the latest.
最新的。
Which cell phone model is the latest one?
哪一款手机是最新的？
Number 8, figure out.
理解。
I can't figure her out.
我看不透它。
Good. Now let's go back to the last paragraph. Simon mentioned about TV series. What's the name? Black and White?
Yes, black and white，痞子英雄。
What do you think of this? Why do you mention about it here?
Because I like this TV series very much, although it contains a big amount of product placement. But personally, I think this is I like this kind of product placement because it was actually doing a very good introduction of the city of Kaohsiung.
I see.
And because this TV series was shot on location entirely in Kaohsiung City, and during this show, you can see all the major scenic spots of Kaohsiung, which is very beautifully presented, which I think it's a very successful product placement. And after seeing the show, actually, I really want to visit Kaohsiung again.
Okay. So basically, you are not against product placement. Sometimes you are for that. Sometimes you are against that.
Yes, you're right.
So your standard is that please make it a beautiful one. Is that right?
Yeah, you can say that. Actually, I'm not a very objective person to talk about this issue. Sometimes I could be very subjective too.
Yeah, you're right. But you are not totally against product placement.
Not entirely.
Yeah. Can you give us some good example of a good product placement?
Well, just like I mentioned, the
Black and white.
That's a good product placement for
Yeah.
the city of Kaohsiung. And
Yes.
also, maybe there are other movies. For example, recently there is a famous movie introducing Mongjia, Wanhua.
Yes.
Actually, they even used the location's name as a title of the movie. I think that's also a very good product placement. Or
Okay.
even maybe just a very upright advertisement.
Oh, okay. The most important thing is to be honest,
I think
to
so.
be sincere.
Yes.
Okay. Students, have you learned anything from this wonderful article? And I hope that you can see more about product placement. And let's see each other next week. See you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.